Hello, friends. Welcome to this channel where we talk about healthy living, healthy lifestyle. We discuss about disease conditions and ways we can prevent or ways we can cope with any health condition. So, today being the World Down Syndrome Day is marked today, which is the 21st of March. It was officially observed first by the United Nations in I think it was in 2012. That was when it was officially observed, and then since then, every year on the 21st of March is being observed as World Down Syndrome Day. And so the theme of this year, World Down Syndrome Day, says with us and not for us. So it just means that because we know that people with Down syndrome tend to have learning disability, they have intellectual disabilities, intellectual disabilities. So we tend to go ahead and make decisions for them and not involving them in making decisions. And so it's the team says with us and not for us. So we want to make decisions with them. We want to involve them in decision. Maybe we have somebody with Down syndrome in the family or friends. We don't just want to go ahead and make decisions for them. We need to involve them in decision making because people with Down syndrome, they have different types of learning disabilities. The symptoms does not manifest as everybody. Not all people with Down syndrome have the same symptoms. And so we need to involve them because these people have their rights. They have right to freedom of speech. They have right to vote. They have right to make decisions. And so we need to involve them. So let's just talk about this disease condition called Down syndrome. Down syndrome is a genetic disorder. This genetic disorder affects the chromosome 21. That is why it's been called chromosome 21 or trisomy 21. Normally, there is 4 to 6 chromosomes. Each, the X chromosome, the Y chromosome having 23 chromosomes. And so this Down syndrome, there's the genetic disorder, it's a genetic disorder, goes to affect the chromosome 21. Normally, there should have been 2 chromosome 21, but there is an extra chromosome 21, and so it's called trisomy 21. There's 3 chromosome 21 because it's going to bring about an extra chromosome 21. So trisomy 21, there are other types of Down syndrome or classification of them, but trisomy 21 is the major cause of 95% or even more of people with Down syndrome. There's another one they call the mosaic chromosome. There are different types, but this trisomy 21 is being found in people with Down syndrome. In more than 95% of people with Down syndrome, this trisomy 21 is the cause. Now you can ask, what is the cause of Down syndrome? Some people say it's assumed that it affects women who have passed 35 years. Women who gave birth after their 35 years of age is more common when they give birth to those babies. They usually come up with Down syndrome. But basically, there's no definite cause of trisomy 21 or definite cause of Down syndrome. And so there are some tests, some screening, some diagnostic tests that has been done when a woman is pregnant to find out if this woman, especially those that are above 35 years of age. So when this woman comes to the hospital, especially when they are above 35 years of age, we have genetic counselors in the hospital. You can go to the hospital and meet a genetic counselor because of your age. You're prone to having such. And so there are some screening tests or diagnosis tests that could be done to find out if this baby is prone or has this trisomy 21. There's some screening tests like having doing what they call CVS, chorionic villus sampling. That is where think where some materials are gotten from the placenta That's the placenta is the thing that attached the fetus and the baby. So that's where the fetus gets its own nutrients. And so they take some material, some substance from this placenta and examine it. The other test is called the amniotic fluid. They get this amniotic fluid from the fetal sac and then test it. Your specialists, the health professionals are good in that, to find out if this woman is having a baby with Down syndrome. So, but Down syndrome is not hereditary. It doesn't mean because you give birth, the first child has Down syndrome, then there's 10 days of you having. It's usually not hereditary. And so when you have this baby with Down syndrome, what should you do? Because we know this baby come up with learning disabilities. These are the signs and symptoms that you could find out that, oh, you're checking on your baby. This baby might likely have Down syndrome. These are signs and symptoms they come up with. They usually have a flat face. Usually the bridge of their nose is usually flat. Their ears are usually very small. Their neck is usually very short. Their hands and their feet are very small. They have learning disabilities. They could come up with having heart defects. They can come up having heart defects. They can also have ear issues, because remember their ears are very small, and those are their eyes are very slant. They have a slant eyes, and so they could come up with having eye problems, ear defects, heart problems. So depending on what condition they have, because not all they don't have the same conditions. All people with Down syndrome does not come up with the same conditions, but usually they have learning disabilities. And they have speech impairments. You find out that they don't talk fast enough. You might see a child of 2 years, 3 years, haven't known how to call mama or dada. They haven't learned that. So it's a gradual process. And so when you notice that from your child, you'll be able to do what? Contact the hospital. Take the child to the hospital. There are some services that are there for these children. They might require help with speech. So you take them to the speech and language therapist. They might require help with mobility. Sometimes, yeah, they take time to walk. Some at 1-2 years, they're still crawling. So you need to take them to the physiotherapist, the occupational therapist to help them out. And many other. They could come up with a heart condition, heart defects. Then you need to take them to the cardiologist. Or with the eye problem, then you need to go to the ophthalmologist or optometrist. They could come up with an ear problem, then they need to go to the audiologist. So they have different types. They don't each or all of them have the same symptoms. So you need to observe. So, and to mothers, to parents who have these children, you just need to be patient with them. Ensure you register them early with the care services. Depending on the part of the world you are living, there are care services, there are Down syndrome care services. There is a national helpline, depending on the country you are. There's Down Syndrome Association. You can Google them and find support. You don't want to do it on your own, no. You need support. You need psychological support. You need physical support, because it's not easy. Imagine a child at 2 years hasn't started standing up, is still crawling. You need support to keep taking care of these children. 3 years, they haven't started making speech. You need support to take care of these children. And so when you're taking care of them, whenever that your baby or that your child learn a single task, maybe start learning how to stand up, appreciate them, thank the child, thank the baby. It's not easy. Don't go and insult the child. Don't go and say you're not like your children. No, not like other kids. No. Appreciate the child. It takes time. And then when the child learn a single task, perform it, be patient with the child. As you're teaching the child, maybe how to hold a spoon, or how to stand up, or how to, how to hold a spoon, how to read. The child may not know how to read. You need to use different types. You could use the verbal or the written means of communication. He may not understand you, so you need to be patient with those children. Be patient and keep on Have a routine of training them. Have a pattern of training them. Don't just introduce this today. Okay, let's learn. You want to learn the alphabets. Then the next tomorrow, they haven't finished learning the alphabet. You want to learn the numbers. No. Have a pattern. And when they master one, enter to another phase of learning. So just have to be patient with these children. It's not easy. But seek help. Don't just do it alone. Seek help. And there are help. Okay? So today, being World Down Syndrome Day, let us respect these people with Down syndrome. Let us be kind to them. Let us show love to them because they have their rights. And do not deny them that right. Because if it's the developed world, you deny the child with learning disability, you maltreat them, you abuse them, you're liable to court. You might be sued. So let's try and show them kindness, show them love. Treat them like human, treat them like we the same, treat them like as we are, as you would like to be treated as well. All right? So these are all things I want to say today. All right? Bye.